got kids that have better than what I had.
I'm just so afraid for him. I cry for him sometimes because I know he can easily be influenced to do things that he shouldn't do.
Next year, Anthony's class will move up to junior high. Most will go to John Philip Sousa, which the Washington Post called an academic sinkhole. If Anthony goes to Sousa, odds are he will enter high school 3 to 5 grade levels behind.
That's the movie that created all the buzz and got the conversation, took it to a new level, I think it's safe to say. The new film, Waiting for Superman, a troubling look at the state of the schools in this country. 2 weeks ago, we showed you that film. We showed it to a live audience during our Education Nation Town Hall, and there wasn't a dry eye left in the house. Of course, we had that pretty...
Well, actually,
special right after.
Willie was laughing, but it was because he,
I thought it was a rom-com.
He had his iPhone on and was actually...
Yeah, all right. Well, everybody else was crying. With us now, Governor Howard Dean still with us. With us now, the director of that film, Davis Guggenheim.
So, Davis, we wanted to get you on 2 weeks later to talk about a remarkable transformation that's happened in the debate over the past 2 weeks because of this film.
Right.
What's happened to you?
Well, the great thing is us moving from, the president and governor seeing it to the kitchen table. And so I've been in Minneapolis and Seattle and Baltimore. I'm meeting mayors and superintendents, but also families that are saying this is really important. So the idea of the movie is like going out and people are learning about these families and they're being moved by these parents who are fighting for their kids. It's very exciting.
So what's the next step? What do you see happening?
Well, within Community Truth, we opened in, like in the big cities. We were 10 last week. Now we're in 25.
Right.
And the idea is to get people to see this movie so they can fight for the kids. I mean, people are fighting for the adults all the time. The unions, the political parties, but no one is fighting for the kids with the same kind of muscle. And that's what the movie's about.
Any words of reconciliation from the unions since this has come out?
Well, I think Randy deserves more credit than she's been getting. I mean, the deals that she negotiated in New Haven, and I just found out there's a deal pending in Baltimore, in D.C. She could be
Explain to everybody who she is.
Randy Weingarten's the head of the AFT. There are two unions. There's the NEA and the AFT. AFT is in the big cities. And, she's getting a lot of heat on this because she's in the movie. But actually, she is actually doing things that no one imagined doing. Say, on your show, I'm gonna look at tenure. They're talking about merit pay. These are firewalls that you could never penetrate.
The interesting thing about the American Federation of Teachers has always been like that. Even though they're a union and they do the things unions do to make sure their members are taken care of, they're also are willing to do a lot of innovation. Al Shanker was the biggest personality in that, and Randy's very much in that mold.
Right.
And they came with an incredible contract in Washington, which was a bitter, nasty, ugly fight for 3 years. But they got a huge raise, and they gave up a lot of stuff like tenure and things that are in the movie that you find to be obstruction.
The point is that the teachers' unions are doing their job. They're fighting for the teachers. Who's fighting for the kids?
Right.
And that's what the movie's about. Families are going, they're buying a ticket. That ticket gets them a coupon for donors' choose they can give to another teacher like your son. Right. Who's in New Orleans. But they're saying, look, going to this movie says I'm voting, like they did on In Community Truth. This matters to me. And that's what's so exciting.
Well, and Randy Weingarten, I was going to say, she comes off as the villain in the movie. But
she's absolutely not.
But she came out on the special and sat next to you, Michelle Rhee, and others on the front lines of this issue who are completely against her.
And she's at the table.
She's at the table.
The movie is bringing people to the table.
And don't forget, she has two constituencies. One is the kids, and I think the AFT really does have the kids as a constituency, and the other is her members. And also, the other thing is just to defend the union for a second. I understand the obstructions and the bureaucracy and the people whose jobs are preserved that aren't good teachers and all that kind of stuff. But the fact is, we wouldn't have professional teachers in this country because they were making the equivalent of minimum wage for a long, long time, and they were out on their own. And it was a women's profession when women couldn't get any other jobs in the system, and they were treated like dirt. And that's not good for education either. So, a little historical perspective.
And by the way, I agree with some of what you said, but I can't allow it to go unchallenged to say that they consider their constituency to be the kids, because they don't. As Shanker said himself, when somebody asked, when are you going to start talking about kids, and he said, when they start paying union dues. That has been the attitude.
Yes, but
that has been the attitude.
That was kind of a New York smart-ass remark.
No,
though,
but it's the truth, though. It is a window to their mindset, and I'm not knocking them for it, because guess what? I've always said, if I'm a CEO, my job is to make shareholders money. If I'm the head of a teachers union, my job is to protect teachers' jobs. But the next question is, like you said, Davis, who is protecting the kids?
Who's bringing the muscle to the negotiating table?
Canada,
right?
TFA,
the TFA,
KIPP schools.
Right.
I mean,
but that's true.
They're doing it works. Great work.
School.
Willie?
Davis, one of the things a lot of people ask me, now that they've seen the movie, what happened to some of these kids? So some people said to me, wow, I don't want to give too much away, but Daisy.
Please don't.
I won't. Hopefully maybe this movie helped some of the kids who perhaps didn't get what they wanted in the movie. They became more visible. Do we know what happens down the road now to some of these kids?
Well, that's why people are enjoying the movie, and they're finding it so moving, is that they link onto these kids. They love Daisy, who wants to be a doctor, and her dad drives a truck. Or Anthony, who just says, I want to make my grandmother proud. He says, I want to do better. I want my kids to do better than what I have. So people are finding the movie really moving, and they're inspired by these people. The trick is you have to say, go to the movie, buy a ticket, get involved, but also imagine a Daisy in your own neighborhood. Because the kids in our movie, we're going to be with them long term. But who's going to take care of the other Daisies and the other Anthonys? And that's why people are going to see the movie.
So how's Daisy doing right now? Do we know?
She's doing good. I'm going to see her on Monday.
Good.
Yeah, she's doing good.
All right, the film is Waiting for Superman, now playing in select cities. Go see it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Bring your kids, talk about it, and hopefully be inspired by it. You will be. Howard Dean, thanks very much. It's great to see you as well.
It's
Davis,
great.
Nice to be here.
Davis, congratulations, and most importantly, thank you.
Thanks for having me, Sean.
Thank you.
You guys have been a clear and strong voice on this issue.
And it will continue. Did John McCain sacrifice his principles and reputation to win a Senate primary? That's what Todd Burdham argues.
Is that like a tease? Is that a rhetorical question? I mean, is that? Can you guys not tease something better than that? Could it be like a why did? Like thinking that maybe there was a death threat?
It's in Vanity Fair. It's coming up.
Yeah.